We're on project number 8. And now for this, I want when a player presses X on their keyboard, I want the field of view to increase by 10. And also, when they press X, I want the base plate to tween to a random color, size, and transparency. So go ahead and pause this, try to figure it out on your own. After you've tried it on your own, I'll show you my solution for it. So we want to check when the player presses X first. So we have to get the input service, game get service, user input service, UIS.input began, connect function, and this is for the inputs, and this is for the check if they're chatting or on the menu or whatever. So if they're not chatting, and input.keycode is equal to, what key do we say? X, enum.keycode.x. Then I want to increase the field of view by 10. That's a local script thing. Let's go ahead and access the camera. Cam equals workspace.current camera. And we want the cam.field of view to equal the cam.field of view plus 10. And then we want the base plate to tween to a random color and size and transparency. Well, if we do that here, only this player is going to see that happen. You're going to see that happen to every player. We have to do it through the remote event and tell the script. So to access the remote event, and we fire a message to the server. So we know we're going to need the tween service. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. And get the service, tween service. We want to check when the message is going to get here. So we're going to need the remote event too. We want to check when the message gets here with the events. We can include the player argument just for practice, but we don't really need to do anything with it. And now we want to make a tween that makes the base plate into a random color, size, and transparency when the player presses X. So remember, we need to create a new tween, and it takes 3 arguments. The first one is the object we want to manipulate, in this case the base plate. Then we got to give it a tween info. So info, let's make this stuff local. So info equals tweeninfo.new, and you can make this whatever you want. I just set it to something I think would be nice. And once you're happy with that info, just pass it on as the second argument. And then we need to get the table of the values we want, the table of the end goal of the properties. So we want the base plate to tween to a random color. We can do that by changing the color to equal a color3.new. Give it a math.random from 0 to 255, but you have to divide it by 255 so you can get it, because remember it takes in a number 0 through 1, and we'll copy that for each value. And I'll be surprised if you guys forgot the math.random tag. I mentioned every time we have a random number and a random size. Size equals to 3.new.random. What's a reasonable size for a base plate? Let's make it go from 100 to 700. Or that axis. The middle axis, I don't want it to be too thick. We'll make it go from 1 to like 100. And then this axis is fine. Oh yeah, don't forget the comma. I always forget the comma, but Roblox won't let me forget. And transparency, this one will be easy since it's only one random number. The random 0 to 100, we can divide that by 100. I just forgot about the comma while I was talking about forgetting about the comma. Space this out a little bit so it looks nicer. Goal. And let's set this equal to tween. And now we can play the tween finally. All this will happen instantly. It'll go right down to the tween and play it. So let's see if this works. So I press X, the field of view changed, and so did the base plate. And I press X again and it changes again. And the field of view changes. It looks like I'm zooming out, but I'm not. Whoa. This is actually so cool. Only I could see it well with this field of view getting wild. Actually, I think the field of view is helping me see it better. This is pretty cool stuff, man. This is awesome.